Welcome back to Mass Effect, guys. Last time Nihilus got assassinated by his friend, I guess, or someone who he thought was his friend, Saren. I can't say his name for the life of me. We interacted with the beacon, but it blew up. We had some kind of flashes of visions of destruction and war, and we collapsed. Our friends, our colleagues, brought us back to this main ship, and we need to go and kind of talk this through with the council, which I don't think they're necessarily going to believe us without any kind of hard evidence. But before we do that, we've got a bunch of stuff in the Codex and the journal, to be fair. We've got to tell the Joker to warp us over there, or whatever it's called. So we'll head into the Codex. We'll have a read of the secondary stuff first. So Citadel station statistics. Okay, although the Citadel is equipped with Mass Effect generating element zero cores, most of the gravity on the station is generated by the centrifugal force of rotation. Okay, just some stats about the station. Okay, so it spins around, basically. We've read that. We've read that. Okay. The development of practical, weapon upgrades. The development of practical manufacturing omni-tools allows modern militaries to a great deal of flexibility in equipment loadouts. A vast number of field modification kits or upgrades are available for common equipment such as weapons, armor, omni-tools, biotic amps, and even grenades. An upgrade kit typically consists of less than a dozen unique parts and an optical storage disk. When loaded into an Omni-tool, the OSD provides all technical specifications required to manufacture the tools and additional parts necessary to install the upgrade into another piece of equipment. Assembly is typically modular, and installation can be completed in less than a minute. Since Omni-tools are designed to use common battlefield salvage materials such as plastics, ceramics, and light metals, rendered into semi-molten Omnigel for quick use. Oh, okay. It's quite possible for a trained soldier carrying an upgrade kit to customize gear on the battlefield to fit the current tactical situation. Okay, nice and modular, be able to customize stuff on the go. Awesome. Okay, we've got lots of stuff to read here. Let's read about the Protheans first.
50,000 years.
Not you. Right. So, Protheans. 50,000 years ago, the Protheans were the only spacefaring species in the galaxy. They vanished in a swift galactic extinction. Only the legacy of their empire remains. They are believed to have built the mass relays and the Citadel, which have allowed numerous species to explore and expand throughout the galaxy. Prothean ruins are found on worlds across the galaxy. While surprisingly intact for their age, functioning examples of Prothean paleotechnology are rare. Time and generations of looters have picked their dead cities and derelict stations clean. Some believe the Protheans meddles in the evolution of younger races. The Hanar homeworld of Kaji, for example, shows clear evidence of former Prothean occupation. The presence of a former Prothean observation post on Mars has caused a rebirth of interventionary evolutionists among humans. Okay. These individuals believe the god myths of ancient civilizations are misremembered encounters with aliens. Okay, fair enough. I mean, yeah, some people always point towards, like, in particular, people always point towards the Egyptians and the Aztecs, right? Because of their architecture being so kind of vastly different to most other civilizations, right? And it kind of point to it to being in contact with some sort of alien race, right? Okay, non-council races. The Geth. Okay, the Geth are a humanoid race of networked AIs. Okay, this really sounds like the Borg, doesn't it? From Star Trek, except the Borg are a bit more parasitic, right? Whereas these are... no, it says a humanoid. Or a humanoid race of network AIs. Weird. Why does it call them humanoid? They were created by the Quarians? I need your help here, mate.
The Geth are a humanoid race of networked AIs. They were created by the Quarians.
Quarians 300 years ago as tools of labour and war. When the Geth showed signs of self-evolution, the Quarians attempted to exterminate them. The Geth won the resulting war. This example has led to legal, systemic repression of artificial intelligences in galactic society. Oh, that's a shame. I mean, it'd just be a case of you programming them and not treating them like, you know, lower class entities, right? If you treat them on a fair playing field, there's no reason why an artificial intelligence couldn't develop sustainable moralities, right? The Geth possess a unique distributed intelligence. An individual has rudimentary animal instincts, but as their numbers and proximity increase, the apparent intelligence of each individual improves. In groups, they can reason, analyze situations, and use tactics as well as any organic race. Okay, yeah, so they're like a hive mind in a lot of ways. Geth space is located at the trailing end of the Perseus arm, beyond the lawless Terminus systems. The Perseus Veil, an obscuring dark nebula of opaque gas and dust, lies between their space and the Terminus systems. Okay. Oh, interesting. So I imagine we might get some sort of more meaningful interactions with the Geth then, when there's more of them, perhaps? Fascinating. And non-sapient creatures.
After the
Husks. After the Geth secure a location, they round up and impale dead and living bodies on mechanical spikes. The spikes rapidly transform these victims into withered husks, extracting water and trace minerals, and replacing them with cybernetics. The cybernetics reanimate the lifeless flesh and tissue, transforming the bodies into mindless killing machines. Some Alliance soldiers refer to the husk generating spikes as dragon's teeth, a reference to the mythological berserkers who sprang up from the earth whenever the teeth of dragon heirs were planted. Dragon's teeth and husks bear little resemblance to other pieces of Geth technology. No one's sure why a synthetic race would bother to drain the minuscule amount of recoverable resources from organic corpses, though the value of reusing them as shock troops is obvious. So I wonder if Sauron, maybe he was like ill, maybe he was dying, and maybe he sought out the Geth to augment himself partially, similarly to how these husks are, but they obviously nowhere near as far as this, because he's still autonomous. And it kind of cured him, because he's maybe part mechanical now. We saw how his eyes were. We've not really had any hint yet as to maybe what kind of like augmentations people have and stuff like that. Fascinating. Right, the Citadel and galactic governments.
The Citadel?
No. Right. The Citadel is an ancient deep space station, presumably constructed by the Protheans, since the Prothean extinction. So, I mean, we have to presume that whatever wiped out the Protheans from being so advanced to being completely extinct, we've discovered something to do with that right now. Right? They discovered it. It wiped all of them out, but it didn't wipe everyone else out. So maybe that's what Sauron wants to do to humans. Is like a way of wiping out an entire race with like the flick of a switch. Yeah. It serves as the political, cultural, and financial capital of the galactic community. To represent their interests, most species maintain embassies on the Presidium, the Citadel's inner ring. The Citadel Tower in the centre of the Presidium holds the Citadel Council members. Council affairs often have far-reaching effects on the rest of the galactic community. 5 arms, known as the Wards, extend from the Presidium. Their inner surfaces have been built into cities, populated by millions of inhabitants from across the galaxy. The Citadel is virtually indestructible. If attacked, the station can close its arms to form a solid, impregnable shell. For as long as the station has existed, an enigmatic race called the Keepers has maintained it. Okay, that's a little strange. An enigmatic race called the Keepers. Okay, planets and oh, wait a minute.
The Citadel.
Spectres. Oh, we've already read this. Planets and locations. Terminus systems. The Terminus systems are located on the far side of the Attican Traverse, beyond the space administered by the City Council or claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. It's populated by a loose affiliation of minor species, united only in their refusal to acknowledge the political authority of the Council or adhere to the Citadel conventions. Okay. Fascinating. So that's kind of like the Wild West almost, because they don't want to be governed. They want to maintain their independence, which is interesting. And I guess the kind of humans are having the same problems that we have on Earth, where we just kind of rapidly expand to the point of like exhausting everything. And the other aliens are just like, come on guys, stop multiplying. Just chill, go a bit slower. Okay, so their independence comes at a price. The Terminus is fraught with conflict. War among the various species is common, as governments and dictators constantly rise and fall. The region is a haven for illegal activities, particularly piracy and the slave trade. At least once a year, a fleet from Terminus invades the nearby Attican Traverse. These attacks are typically small raids against poorly defended colonies. The Council rarely retaliates, as sending patrols into the Terminus systems could unify the disparate race species against their common foe, triggering a long and costly war. Interesting. So, and I'm guessing people who came from here are who attacked, you know, in the other backstory, the backstory of the person who, if you choose the one of the colonist, right? Interesting.
Combat hard suits use a dual layer.
Okay, so weapons and armor. Combat hardsuits use a dual layer system to protect the wearer. The inner layer consists of fabric armor with kinetic plating. Areas that don't need to be flexible, such as the chest or shins, are reinforced with sheets of lightweight ablative ceramic. The outer layer consists of automatically generated kinetic barriers. Objects traveling above a certain speed will trigger the barrier's reflex system and be deflected, provided there's enough energy left in the shield's power cell. Armored hard suits are sealable to protect the wearer from extremes of temperature and atmosphere. Standard equipment includes an onboard mini-frame and a communications, navigation, and sensing suite. The mini-frame is designed to accept and display data from a weapon's smart targeting system to make it easier to locate and eliminate enemies. These really look like mutons in XCOM. I know that this came out 7 years before. Oh wait, how many would it have been before the first XCOM? I can't remember. It's just the shape of the whoever this is. Looks like a muton.
Combat kinetic barrier.
So we saw the Geth deploying these. I guess we can use them as well. Kinetic barriers, commonly called shields, provide protection against most mass accelerator weapons. Whether on a starship or on a soldier's suit of armor, the basic principle remains the same. Kinetic barriers are repulsive mass effect fields projected from tiny emitters. These shields safely deflect small objects traveling at rapid velocities. This affords protection from bullets and other dangerous projectiles, but still allows the user to sit down without knocking away their chair. The shielding afforded by kinetic barriers doesn't protect against extremes of temperature, toxins, or radiation. I'm going to have to get better with the gameplay, obviously. I know I was just kind of running in and shooting everything, but I will get there once we've got more abilities and I understand stuff a bit better. Okay. I really don't like having the helmet. So we've got no more points. I should have put some points into here, but I don't know. The engineer one isn't useful just yet, and I don't know. These are kind of intimidating as they fill up. Yeah, but we can undo the points at any time, right? And we can just respec. That's pretty awesome, right? So okay, the Edge is the upgraded one. No sniper rifles. We've got the Scorpion armor on. And we can't use medium armor with our class, correct? And we did pick up something, right? Phasic. Okay, chemical rounds. Popular with pirates, criminals, and mercenaries. These rounds are coated with a highly toxic compound. 30 toxic damage. So, I don't know, will this only damage organic targets though? Would this not be useful against the Geth? Phasic rounds. Instead of projectiles, upgraded weapons release charged particle bolts that can bypass kinetic barrier shields. However, the actual damage done to the target is typically less than what's done by a standard round. Plus 20% shield bypass, minus 30 damage. I don't think that's worth it. Combat sensor. Some enemies use jamming technology to block your weapon radar. The combat scanner upgrade improves detection levels, making these enemies visible. That would be pretty useful. I don't know if we put it on the pistol though. Okay, this one down here is grenades. I've been using too many. I mean, I imagine we can take these out. Let's stick the chemical rounds on there. I don't know if the rounds run out. That was everything in the Codex, yeah? Okay. We need to go and talk to Joker. Got anything else here? It's the med bay, I guess. I just find it weird running around in indoor places and stuff in games. Hey, Caden.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
You too, buddy.
Commander, I'm glad to see you're okay. Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we didn't lose you too.
How you doing?
Things were pretty rough down there.
Yeah, you never get used to seeing dead civilians. Doesn't seem right somehow. But at least you stopped Saren from wiping out the whole colony.
The mission did fail. Yeah, I guess you helped though.
I couldn't have done it without you.
We're Marines. We stick together. And I'm just sorry that we lost Jenkins.
Yeah, he'll be missed.
Yeah, I wish I could have done something to save him.
I was there. You did everything right. It was just bad luck. It's been a hell of a shakedown, Cruz. Our first mission ends with one Spectre killing another. The Citadel Council's not going to be happy about that.
Nope.
Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
Seems like you've been around. What the hell does that mean? Okay, so what? So he's wise to the world? You've been around?
Got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're not restricted, but we sure don't go undocumented. May as well get a paycheck for it. Besides, my father served. I made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually. But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
I have a family.
I never met my parents. If they wanted to see me, they'd have contacted me after that mess a few years back.
Oh, that's right, a cruise. I imagine that bought you any post in the fleet. Word is we're heading for the Citadel, ma'am. Can you, tell me why?
Need to know basis, mate. Can't say.
The captain's briefing was confidential.
Understood, ma'am. Whatever happens, we'll be ready, Commander.
There's the doctor. There's Ashley. Interesting. Right. Hey there, Doc.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
What do you know about the captain?
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip.
Okay.
The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
Good to know. What about Caden?
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
L2? Something to do with biotics?
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
Such as?
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Just? I get migraines. They're not fun at all. Doctor?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Fair enough. Her voice is a little older than her character model, I think. But any regrets?
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
They really splashed the cash on some of the voice actors here, man. I recognise quite a few of them. But it flows really well. Alright, see you later, Doctor.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I like the Doctor. Alright. Hi there, Williams.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Yeah, he'll be missed.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
No, you proved your worth.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
How you doing?
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't have shown up.
The same response as with Caden. I wish I would just say the mission failed for both of them, but yeah, you did help.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
Nice to have you here.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure where we are in terms of the ship's topography. Okay, we've got stairs, we've got a lift. Let's just have another explore down here. So I guess it's like crew quarters, a gym, maybe? Oh, here's the captain. We've just spoken to him, so maybe he'll be with us the whole time, I don't know. What are these things? Hey guys, having a chat. Okay, we've interrupted their fun. No one wants the commander to be interrupting their conversations. Right, let's head upstairs. Alright, who have we got in here? I really need some new headphones, man. These things are falling apart. Like, I get like a trail of hair, the material on my head when I take them off. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, we can access this. Oh, Codex entry. Okay. Oh, he's not narrating. Beautiful. Oh, this is a secondary entry. Okay, so biotics manipulate mass effect fields using dozens of element zero nodules within their nervous systems that react to electric stimuli from the brain. Amplifiers allow biotics to synchronize the nodules so they can form fields large and strong enough for practical use. Amplifiers can improve a specific discipline or talent. An implant is a surgically embedded interface port into which amps are plugged in. On humans, the implant is usually placed at the base of the skull for convenient access, though the user must be careful to keep it free from contaminants. Interesting. Implant ports can fit a variety of amps, and there's a growing market for modifications and add-ons. The finest quality implants and amps are manufactured by Asari artisans, but the Alliance's L3 implants first deployed in 2170 are a significant step forward. Cool, I like all these this augmentation stuff. Communications. Okay, so real-time communication is possible thanks to networks of expensive mass relay convoys that can daisy-chain a transmission via lasers. Convoys are maintained in patterns built outward from each mass relay. The buoys are a little more than a cluster of primitive miniature mass relays. An individual buoy is connected to a partner on another buoy in the network, forming a corridor of low-mass space. If I have to say buoy one more time. Tight beam communications lasers are piped through these tubes of faster-than-light space. I hope that's what that means. Allowing virtually instantaneous communication to anywhere on the network. The networks connect across regions by communications lasers through the mass relays. With this system, the only communications delay is the light lag between the source or destination and the closest buoy. So long as all parties remain within a half-light second of buoys, seamless real-time communications are possible. Since buoys are maintained in all travelled areas, most enjoy unlimited instant communication. Ships only suffer communications lag when operating off established deep space routes around uninhabited outer system gas giants or other unsettled areas. During wartime, convoy networks are the first target of attacks. Once the network is severed, it can take anywhere from weeks to years to get a message out of a contested system. In systems where a buoy network has not yet been built or has been destroyed, rapid communication means ferrying information through high-speed courier ships and unmanned data drones. Okay, so it's like a certain amount of really being deserted in space when they take out these communication relays.
Biotics is the ability...
Okay, biotics is the ability of rare individuals to manipulate dark energy and create mass effect fields through the use of electrical impulses from the brain. Intense training and surgically implanted amplifiers are necessary for a biotic to produce mass effect fields powerful enough for practical use. The relative strength of biotic abilities varies greatly among species and with each individual. There are three branches of biotics. Telekinesis uses mass-lowering fields to levitate or impel objects. Mass-raising kinetic fields are used to block or pin objects. Distortion uses rapidly shifting mass fields to shred objects. Most organic species are capable of developing biotic abilities, though there are risks involved. Biotics are the result of an in utero exposure to element 0. This usually causes fatal cancers in the victim, but in rare cases it coalesces into nodules within the fetus's developing nervous system. So extremely dangerous. Oh god, that was a lot of talking. My jaw's hurting. Right, let's go ahead and head off to the Citadel. Oh, we can talk to the navigator. Hey there, Presley.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Oh, another Codex entry. Military jargon. Okay. Ashore. When a ship's crew leaves the vessel, they are ashore. They are normally... Okay, so this is kind of similar to... Is it in Star Trek where they treat everything as like sea vessel terminology, right? Because it's like... because they're on a ship. Though normally used regarding planets, it can refer to boarding a space station. Away. When a ship releases the equipment tethering it to a space station or surface dock, it's away. Aye aye, the proper way to acknowledge an order. If told to attack, the correct response is aye aye sir. If asked, are you proud to be a Marine, the correct response is yes sir. ASAP, pronounced ASAP, an acronym of as soon as possible, not pronounced ASAP. Belay, stop or cease. Bridge, the navigation center of a spacecraft when where the steering is done. Captain's mast, non-judicial disciplinary proceedings by unit commanders. CIC, Combat Information Center, the command center of a spacecraft. The CIC is filled with sensor displays to make sense out of the chaos of combat. Damage control, DC. The containment and repair of damage to a spacecraft. ECM. God, there's a lot, man. Electronic countermeasures, ECM, used to avoid enemy sensors from passive emissions, masking to active jamming. Extravehicular activity, EVA. Time spent in a pressure suit outside of a vehicle, spacecraft, or station. Flank. The flank is the side of a military formation. Since the soldiers are facing elsewhere, an enemy that can attack on the flank can often turn it or roll it up. FNG. Freaking new guys. A derisive term for inexperienced personnel. Ground side. The surface of a planet. Helmsman. The crew member who pilots the spacecraft. LADAR, light amplified detection and ranging, an active sensor that bounces lasers off an object to determine its bearing and distance. LADAR has sufficient resolution that the data can be reconstructed into an image. Shore party, spacecraft crew sent ashore on official business. Silent running, an old submariner's term used aboard the Normandy to denote when stealth systems are active. This reminded me of Subnautica, rigged for silent running. SITREP, abbreviation of situational report, an evaluation of the current military situation. I'm getting painful XCOM 2 memories from SITREPs. Spacer, for someone who has spent most of their life in space. XO, executive officer, the second in command of an alien alliance warship. The XO is responsible for administrative and personnel matters. Man, SITREPs in XCOM. Okay, are we going to get some information from this kind of map looking thing? No. Oh, that's just to the stairwell, right? Alright, let's go talk to Joker, as painful as that will likely be. Everyone's hard at work on my ship, or, well, it's not my ship, is it the captain's ship? Is it our ship? I can't even remember at this point. Alright, Joker. You're very lonely in here.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look
Wow.
at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
Wow, man. Look at this.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Yeah, we're on our own.
Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
He is dangerous, it is the truth, and they are blind. Yeah, they're blind to it, and he's taking advantage of that, right? They're being blinded by our kind of expansion, right? Yeah, they're blind to it.
I'm not gonna sit on my ass just because
Oh.
the council doesn't want to do anything. If they won't stop Saren,
I didn't mean...
will.
Settle down, Commander. You've
Oops.
already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Yeah, I mean, that was a lot harsher than I was expecting it to be. That response. Wow, look at this place, man. But yeah, they are blind. I just didn't expect it to be kind of so impatient with a superior, but fair enough. I'll be a bit more careful with stuff like that. Right, let's have a look at the map. Okay. Consort Chambers, Emporium. Oh, this place is pretty big. Embassy Lounge, CSEC HQ, Udina's office, Volus and Elcor's office. We saw two races there that we haven't met yet, but they had the white markings on their face, so I guess that's kind of a council thing, maybe. We've got a point of interest over here near the Emporium, one over here near the Citadel Tower, and where are we? Is this us? And we've got one right next to us here. Okay, let's have a little look around then. Decrypting. Oh, so we can hack random people's computers. Sure. Alliance Patrol Report. Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during a patrol of the Argos Row cluster. She had particular concerns about the Hydra system, but was recalled before her team could investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do we want to send in a recon team? Okay, so is that like some kind of side mission? Go to the Hydra... Oh, right. So we're going to get to decide where we go with the ship? Interesting.
The Citadel is an ancient deep space station. The Council is an exec...
Okay, yeah, so we've not met these two races yet, but they're probably the two that we read about, whose names I'm forgetting. The, Asari and Solarians. So the Council is an exclusive committee composed of representatives from the Asari Republics, the Turian Hierarchy, and the Solarian Union. Though they have no official power over the independent governments of other species, the Council's decisions carry great weight throughout the galaxy. No single Council race is strong enough to defy the other two, and all have a vested interest in compromise and cooperation. Each of the Council species has general characteristics associated with the various aspects of governing the galaxy. The Asari are typically seen as diplomats and mediators. The Solarians gather intelligence and information. The Turians provide the bulk of the military and peacekeeping forces. Any species granted an embassy on the Citadel is considered an associate member, bound by the accords of the Citadel Conventions. Associate members may bring issues to the attention of the Council, though they have no input on the decision. The Human Systems Alliance became an associate member of the Citadel in 2165. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see how many other races there are. So I'm not sure which one is the Asari and which one is Solarian. I'm gonna guess that the middle one is Asari, diplomats and mediators. Yeah, these guys he's got a hood up. He must be like stealthy intelligence officers. Right. Okay.
I can't tell the aliens from the animals.
Jesus! What the hell, Ashley? What the fuck was that? That's the most racist thing I have ever heard, Ashley. Can't tell the aliens from the animals. Jesus. Can I demote her?
I understand what you're saying, but these allegations are very serious.
I like these guys.
It is serious. My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consort in confidence, and her alone, and she betrayed that confidence. All right. I will look into it for you. In the meantime, do not do anything rash.
I love these guys. They talk. What? Oh man. Now this definitely has more of a Star Wars feel. These kind of races, right? Hey there, guys.
Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind.
And yours.
I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Sure. You an ambassador?
What do you do here?
Modestly. I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Elcor groups.
They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
So he must be an underground species or an underwater species because he's got that suit on. Elcor races? What's that?
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Your history?
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
And what about your culture?
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. Though we are always welcoming to outsiders, our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
I like these guys. Your speech.
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Hey.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Awesome. Yeah, I should go.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Thanks for your time, Kaylin.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
Okay, so that's Kaylin. This is Zelta.
Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
Why not?
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
Who's the consort?
Who's this Asari consort?
Curious, you have not heard. You must be new to the Citadel. Everyone knows Sha'ira, the
Sha'ira.
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive.
Okay.
Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where is she, Zeltan?
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Good day. Hey, Korlak.
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Dan. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, EarthClan?
Tell me about yourself. Who are the Volus?
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, EarthClan.
Not at all.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
Sounds unfair. I mean, that would mean that they were here before the Turians, right? What about your culture?
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
Okay, interesting. What about your embassy?
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
Alright, Din. I swear that should be Dean. Anyway. The ambassador.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Dan. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The EarthClan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Why do you say that about Council admittance?
Why aren't the Elcor or Volus part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the EarthClans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
I don't know if this guy, if all Volus have to wear this suit. It sounds like a vole, right? Kind of like a mole, an underground creature. Yeah, why Why are you so angry?
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Yeah, fair enough.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
See you, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
Who have we got here? Look at this guy. He's typing on multiple pads. Hey there, friend. Oh, we can't talk to him. Come on now. Okay, so Volus and the L Core communicate through sense and movements more than they are capable of communicating through words and voice and language. Fascinating. These guys are awesome. Right, so I'm going to have to leave that episode there, guys. We've run out of time, so we'll continue to explore the Citadel in the next episode. We've got a few kind of side quests. We've already picked one up to do with someone who I've already forgotten. It should be in the journal, right? No, it's not. But we've got some more information on non-council races.
Roughly.
But we've not met any of the others just yet. So we'll pick it up from here in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. A lot of reading, but we've kind of got... I'm getting a feel for the dialogue system, how kind of harsh some of the renegade choices are, so I'll always keep that in mind whenever I pick them, but I'm always going to try and pick the response that I feel is correct for the situation. I'm not just going to pick the good guy response each time. So leave me a like if you enjoyed the video, guys. Just remember, everybody, never trust an uncrate. I'll see you back in the Citadel.